belongs to you, comes from you, and goes back to you eventually. So we thank you that you have chosen us as vessels, as instruments through which you're going to channel these blessings. And we pray for protection and provision, that our time here in the next many hours we're going to be spending here, that your presence will be with us. So Lord, I dedicate this conference into your hands. The speakers, those that are already here, those that are still traveling, I pray your blessings upon every single one of them. Lord, in a special way, we bless the mind and the people behind the event. We bless Mr. Mayanja and the entire team. That, Lord, he will live long enough to see the harvest that comes from every seed that he has planted into these conventions. Lord, we pray for all those that have been a blessing, and we pray that you bless them back. So be with us now, and may this be remembered as we look back. May this be remembered as a time that was productive and impactful and transformation for all those who attended. So we thank you in advance because you care and you are attending to our prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. You may be seated. And once again, I take this moment to welcome all of you. By way of opening, I appreciate the... So I'm going to do some quick, maybe I'm going to do a norm that nobody has sent me to do, but maybe something that you will appreciate for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. We have been taught that one of the gifts you can ever give somebody is the gift of your time. But not just time, but the gift of your attention. That is the one thing that no one else has control over you, the gift of your attention. So I'm going to request you, for anyone who stands up here to speak, give them the gift of your attention. When you do that, there's something you communicate to what they're saying to you. But also you're demonstrating that it is possible that that person might say something that I didn't know before I came here. That is what we do when we are attentive to people when they're talking. We are demonstrating that there's a possibility that that person is going to say something that I didn't know. But guess what? The opposite is also true. When you pay zero attention to somebody who is speaking, you are saying to that person that there's nothing new you are going to tell me. And that is a dangerous posture to ever take. The indigenous people who are very wise people, in my estimate at least, they share the wisdom that when you go to a place, the person who benefits the most is the person who is listening, not the person who is talking. The person who is listening. Said that, so I took that from my time here to just set the stage and the pace for all those who are going to be speaking here. But this is what I would have said if I was going to use my 5 or 7 minutes that Mr. Mayanja requested me to use at the opening. Whenever I'm asked to speak at the beginning, there's some pressure that comes with that. Because in a way, you're setting the pace. And I pondered and wondered, what should I be saying to business people when we gather at the 8th convention? And I don't know if Mr. Kalunji has my scripture, but if he doesn't have it, I'm going to read it for you. This is what I would say to the business people if I had the opportunity, and I do have the opportunity right now. So all of the business people that are attending or are listening in, or those that are here in the room, I want to deposit this from my heart to your heart. That when we are conducting business, there are standards that have been time tested and they have always proven right. One of those standards is a standard that actually comes from the Bible. In the Bible, there's a place where we go to when we want to learn this thing called business ethics, called biblical business ethics. But it's called just scales. There was a time in the history of the Bible where people were, if you're from Uganda, you might appreciate this example. People were tampering with the measuring scale. If you grew up in the time that I did, when you went to the store to buy sugar or beans, the guy or the man or the woman at the store would use a weighing scale to measure the kilo of sugar before you would take it. Now, what people did back then, they would tamper with the scale. Now, when you tamper with the scale, think business right now. When you tamper with the scale, what really you're doing is you're going to tell Eddie that you pay me for a kilo of sugar, but really you have given him not quite a full kilo because you tampered with the scale. And this is what the Bible says. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 11. I have 1 minute. And if I had just 1 minute, this is what I wanted all the business people to hear. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 11, this is what it says. The Lord demands accurate scales and balances. He sets standards for fairness. So what does that mean? In your dealings with people, always make sure that you do no harm. There's a fancy word for that called non-maleficence. You do no harm. But it's not enough to do no harm. It is necessary to also do good. So remember those two principles. Do no harm as you transact with people, but also do good as you transact with people. There are many other things, if I had time, that I would have talked about, but I think this is a sign. The flag falling is a sign that I need to stop here, and I will stop exactly right here. My name is Eddie Jumba. I'm the senior pastor of Milliken Church. It is a joy to see all of you here. God bless you. Look in the magazine on page 20. You will see some details about me where you can appreciate all the other things that we can talk about. Inga nesimye nnyo. Nzaalibwa mu kyalo akaalo makulu akayitibwa Kigasa, kasangibwa bino byogere mu Luganda ndowooza. Kasangibwa mu gombolola y'Ekyamuliibwa mu district y'e Masaka. Ndi munnamasaka to the core. Banabuddu mbagala nnyo, Mukama abampeera omukisa.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Pastor Eddie Jumba. Once again, if you're joining us, we are streaming live. We are also live in Uganda on BBS television. We are at the Courtyard Marriott here in downtown Toronto. My name is Ronnie. I'm the event coordinator for this event. We're in our 8th year. We were running late, but because we want to make sure that most of our partners are able to get a chance to appear on television and make sure that they get the what I would call the larger audience, sort of what type of businesses they do and all that, we just want to make sure that we rush through this program. We'll come back to the regular programming a little later, but because of time and because these guys break into news in about 1 hour, we want to make sure that everybody who is in this room and has allowed for us to be here has the opportunity to speak. So without any further ado, I would like to invite our ambassador to Ottawa to formally welcome all of you and also officially open our conference. Ambassador Alan Kajik is based out of Ottawa. He's the man who has supported us ably in this event. Mr. Alan Kajik, you have an audience in this room. You have an audience in Kampala, Uganda that are watching you live. And please, abantu babuzeko with some Uganda as well.
That's a good one. It's not easy to talk after Pastor Jumba because Pastor Jumba is an accomplished preacher. I acknowledge protocol of Pastor Jumba, honorable colleagues who are here, Ronnie Mayanja, the event coordinator. We have Honorable Jachano Mach and Obed Kabanda, who have traveled all the way from Uganda, from Ministry of Trade. They're here with us, and I acknowledge their presence. We have also senior people who have traveled from Uganda. We have senior counsel who is here, and all of you from Toronto. You're welcome once again. I would like to, it's indeed a great pleasure to be here today, and I'm exceedingly humbled by your presence here. It means a lot to us that when an event is being organized about Uganda, you are here to attend. So just know that we do appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. I welcome those who have come from Uganda, and thank you for putting aside time to travel all the way to come and attend with us this event. This is the 8th edition of this convention, and in a special way, I want to join Pastor Jumba in thanking Ronnie. May we put our hands together to thank Ronnie. There is no amount of money that we can give to Ronnie for doing this work. It takes a lot of commitment, it takes resilience, and what you have done, there are few people who can do it. And therefore, we salute you for that, and we thank you for having Uganda at heart. Ronnie is not based here, he's based in the US, but you can imagine he travels all the way to ensure that Canada-Uganda convention takes place. And trust me, we don't take that lightly, and we don't take it for granted. Thank you very much. I have my colleagues. As an embassy, of course, we have a number of services that we provide for our Ugandans and people who are interested in going to Uganda to do either business, to do tourism. So I have my colleagues that I've come with. We have Lillian, who is in charge of immigration. She's right there. So if you want to have a visa to go and do business in Uganda, she's right there. She will give you more. She's going to make a brief presentation after my speech, and she will let you know more. And even the ID issues, those who have questions will ask her so that she can respond to the concerns that you have been raising to us over time. I have my colleague, Agnes. She's right here. She's in charge of trade and economic diplomacy. And so you know who to approach if you want to send some people to Uganda for businesses. So ladies and gentlemen, I know many of you have made Canada your second home. You are working hard, building careers, raising families, succeeding in many different fields. And I want to say, Uganda sees you. We are proud of you, your efforts, your successes, your contributions, they matter to us. Uganda's economy is projected to grow by 6.1% in this current fiscal year. This growth is expected to be driven by strong performance in agriculture, real estate, renewable energy, tech, and tourism. Therefore, opportunities waiting for forward-thinking partners like you. And I'm glad that you're here to listen to experts from Uganda who are going to give us presentations in relation to the businesses that we have. But also those who have come from Uganda and want to invest in Canada. It is still welcome. Canada's GDP is about 2.3 trillion, and therefore you know, if you can join the competition, it is a competition that you can fit in a block as well. So the government introduced one-stop center to ease trade for investors in Uganda and to register businesses. This is being spearheaded by Investment Authority back home in Uganda, and they have really tried their best to make sure that the red tape is greatly reduced. And this is also to protect the investors who take businesses back home to Uganda. To investors who are intending to go and visit or invest back home in Uganda, you are most welcome. And I want to tell you, Uganda is the most beautiful country you can find on earth. It is so beautiful that I've always told people when I get an opportunity to address them, it is only in Uganda that you find the equator cut across the country, and you also have snow on top of Mount Rwenzori. Isn't that beautiful? It is beautiful, and therefore, if you are to go to invest in Uganda, know that is the type of country you're going to invest in. You will never go wrong, and the country is peaceful. The High Commission is here to help where possible, whether you're looking for businesses, business information, networking opportunities, or simply need guidance, we are just a phone call away and an email away. We shall always give you the right guidance, and we also want to draw your attention to the website of Uganda Investment Authority. You will find there bankable projects that you can always see for yourself which type of project you'd want to get to. And the bankable projects are for 2024, 2025. There are quite a number of Canadians that have headed to Uganda. I have got quite a number of lists now, and but some of them also need partners. They need people who are grounded in Uganda. They don't want to go there because they were not based fully there. So they need partners, and I therefore urge you, when you're here, please take advantage of this group of people and make sure you help them back home. Yesterday, I had the opportunity of taking Honorable Jachano Mach and Dr. Abed Kabanda to a factory. It's a recycling plant. And the gentleman is interested in going to do both fishing, what do you call it? A processing plant and recycling. Therefore, it's very important that we continue to take this group seriously back home to Uganda. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to leave you with a few things. To Ugandans, don't wait, start now. Whether it's investing in land, starting a family project, or partnering with someone back home, let's start. Think beyond remittances. While remittances are vital, your skills, networks, and ideas are just as powerful. Mentor the young people back home so that they can do better. Stay connected to the prospective investors. Uganda is the best country that you can ever invest in. Look at the friendly tax holidays, the cheap labor, and the planned industrial parks that we have around the country. This can help you in deciding which part of the country you'd want to invest in. To the tourists, Uganda is simply gifted by nature. I've already told you about the snow and the equator, but we also have the big five. The big fives are, I'm sure you know them, the lions, the elephants, African buffaloes, name them. These are all found in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. So ladies and gentlemen, why we are here today, it's about building bridges between here and back home in Uganda. A bridge of opportunity, trust, and shared progress. I therefore take this opportunity to invite you to invest in Uganda and wish you a successful convention. And at this juncture, on behalf of government of the Republic of Uganda, and on my own behalf, I declare this 8th convention open. Thank you. Now I invite my colleague to come and make a brief presentation in relation to immigration. Lillian, you're welcome.
Thank you, everybody. All protocol observed. My name is Lillian Catherine Amalo Arinitwe, Senior Immigration Officer and Immigration Attaché to Canada. I'm going to take, I think they are telling me I don't have that much time. I'm going to take about 2 minutes. I'm just going to run through the services offered by the Uganda High Commission, both to the Ugandan community in Canada and also to the tourists and the investors that are interested in going to Uganda. The mission is based in Ottawa. So most of these services, we can get them online, but also some of them you can actually appear at the mission and you'll be given the service. We are available. We are open from 9 to 4 Canada time. So, and then 24/7 online. So you can easily reach out to us at your appropriate time, and we're able to help you whichever way we can. The mission facilitates the issuance and renewal of passports to the Ugandans. And it also does national identification to the Ugandans, who are Ugandans according to the 52 tribes of Uganda. But also there are those who are Ugandans by registration, those who register to become Ugandans. So those also can be issued national IDs. We also help with authenticating your documents. Sometimes you come from Uganda with your driving permit, you come with your academic documents, and you need them certified for these other places that you want to use them. So the mission helps in doing that as well. Sometimes, on a sad note, we lose loved ones here. When we lose our loved ones, we need them to be taken back home, maybe by their own personal will or by the will of the family that the person should be laid at home. So we are able to help you with the documentation for that body to be repatriated home, because without a letter from the mission, that body cannot leave Canada to go home. So we help with that. We also try to protect and offer welfare to our citizens in Canada here that need help. So sometimes we run into a problem that we need a mission to come and help you. We may give you a listening ear. We may try to help you understand that your situation is not that bad. We can help you maybe go back home. Maybe you've lost a document and you need a document that will facilitate you to go back home. The mission is able to do that as well. We also engage in diaspora engagements and community mobilization. We've participated in quite a number since I came, and they've quite been very insightful, and there have been some have really helped you feel much at home. It gets lonely sometimes this side, but when you go to these communities, you eat the matoke from home, you meet the people who talk the language you understand, so it's kind of good. And you're able, as a mission, we're able to give credible information. Sometimes wrong information goes out there, so at these opportunities, we are able to give that information that is accurate, that is a government position for something. So this also is part of the thing that the mission does. We offer citizenship, dual citizenship especially. We give that information for those people who want to apply for dual citizenship. And I implore our brothers and sisters who have gone on to obtain Canadian citizenship, please, let's apply for dual citizenship. Let's not look at, most of the time we're looking at the $200. $200 is a one-off payment. But the benefits of your dual citizenship go far, 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 because most of the time somebody has gone for Christmas. Then you come back, a relative has fallen sick, you want to go back. That's $100 now. Then in the middle of the year, some emergency comes, you want to go back. That's $150. At the end of the year, you want to go for Christmas. That's already $200. And yet you'd get dual citizenship and pay it once. So you're able to go in and out as many times as you can without necessarily going, I have a crisis, ambassador, please, I need this visa now. Yeah, so let's try to apply for dual citizenship. Today I really implore us who don't have dual citizenship, let's do it for ourselves. It's really a very good thing. I think I would like also to take this opportunity to maybe pass on the message, since we are live, that we will start national identification mass enrollment in September. That is information from NIRA Uganda to us. That's when we will get the new equipment, so we are able to ably enroll everybody, both new and those who need to renew their national IDs. So let's wait for that time. We'll come in large numbers. Let's register everybody. Let's be Ugandan by registration of our national IDs as well. Thank you very much for the details for all that I have said. I will be back there during the breaks. I should be able to answer all the questions. Maybe at the Q&A time, I should be able to do that. Thank you so much.
Where do you come from in Uganda?
Oh, I come from, I'm a true Ugandan. Okay, my father comes from Nebi, so I will say Nedi. I think Ambassador can answer that. They would say Nedi Pay. My mother comes from Soroti. I would greet them Yoga, Akironyo,
Now those would answer. I'm married to a Mchiga. I don't know. I would say, I'm a yeah, I would say a Gandhi. Okay, thank you so much.
Once again, if you're watching, you are on the Uganda-Canada Business Expo. We are live broadcasting right here from the downtown Toronto Marriott. If you've just joined us, please tell a friend to tell a friend that this is a networking event where we allow for people doing business to come and share with us, especially here in the diaspora, the businesses and what they do so we can actually reach more people. I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the embassy, Ambassador Kajik. Thank you so much for supporting this event. Ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't be here without the support of the embassy, the immigration department, General Kasita Goa is a friend, Debbie, and all the other people who make so many things happen for us in the diaspora. I don't work alone. I have a team of people we work with. I have Madame Bettina who coordinates the things here in Canada. Please wave. She might say something later as one of the people who coordinate here. Then we have Mr. Justice Mirembe, who was on assignment. He wasn't able to make and be part of this event in Vancouver. We appreciate you wherever you are if you're watching. And then, of course, we have other partners who might be here, with us, and we'll give you a chance to say as much as we can. We have 1 more hour of broadcast, so we would like to appreciate you wherever you are. But some of our biggest partners, sponsors, Power Marina, Mr. Andrew Garcia, you're going to come and say something a little later, but we wanted to invite National Social Security Fund to also come and say something and tell us basically what they do and how we can actually be able to get part of all those things going. I didn't travel alone myself. I have a better half. She's also here. I would like to ask her to wave or stand so you guys can see her in Uganda, wherever you are. And then, of course, I will get some people from Toronto. We have testimonies of people who have traveled courtesy of this event and have also made a better life for themselves. Here in Toronto, I will ask people like William Gafafusa to say something, and then other people who are basically making Canada or Uganda great wherever they are. So, again, stay tuned if you're joining us. Tell a friend. It's the 8th Uganda-Canada Business Expo, which is coming to you live from the Courtyard Marriott. Without any further ado, I would like to invite the manager real estate from NSSF, who basically are some of the reasons why we are here, because please come. I'm trying to buy time so you make your way here since we're broadcasting. Basically, she's going to tell you what they do, but without their support, we wouldn't be here. So Janet, if you can tell Patrick Ayota, with whom I worked when I worked at CNN, I was living with him in Atlanta when I was interning at CNN International as the Africa Minder. But he was an accountant over there, but he's gone on to do big things in Uganda. So again, I'll tease you to greet us in your own language, wherever your family might be watching you from. But you're here to talk about business. What is NSSF sort of professing to the diaspora as far as real estate is concerned? And we're going to give you 5 minutes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and special thanks to the organizer, Mr. Ronnie Mayanja. My name is Janet Mugume, and I'm honored to be here today on behalf of National Social Security Fund Uganda, where I proudly serve within the investments department, but particularly real estate. It's a privilege to speak with you, members of the Ugandan Canadian diaspora, because I know many of you are actively seeking ways to stay connected to Uganda, to invest back home, and to secure your future. And that's exactly what NSSF is about. It's about turning your hard-earned savings into long-term security and opportunity. NSSF Uganda, as you know, is the leading social security provider in the country, and we manage retirement savings for over 3 million members, and we're overseeing assets currently worth over 26 trillion Uganda shillings. Our mission is to secure your financial future and achieve this through strategic investments. This is in 3 asset classes: fixed income, these are government securities, equities, and of course, real estate. These investments generate income and capital growth, not just for the fund, but for the entire country's development. At NSSF, we view real estate as both a smart investment and a national service. So our real estate strategy is to leverage our financial strength to increase returns for our members, to reduce Uganda's housing deficit, and to support the national development goals. We hold prime land across the country, and our focus is to unlock value by developing housing projects for sale, commercial properties for rent, which I'm sure you'd be familiar with if you're in Kampala. Like Workers' House, for example, is one of our projects and where we are based. And these projects are thoughtfully planned with high-quality infrastructure, community spaces, and amenities. We're determined to be a developer of choice. I know we're only known for social security, but we're here to really put that message across that we are a developer, a real estate developer, and I'll go into the projects that we're doing. And we are becoming this developer by consistently delivering products that combine affordability, quality, and long-term value. So our project, starting with Solana Lifestyle and Residences, which you'll see with the green booklets that I put on the table. This is our flagship development. It's our high-end real estate. It's located in Kampala, in Lubowa, for those of you who are familiar with the city. And it's a 550-acre master planned project, and it will be mixed-use lifestyle development with some residential and commercial. Currently, we've completed phase 1, which is 6 gated communities with bungalows, townhouses, villas, and apartments. And really, we see this as a city within a city, under the principles of new urbanism, as I assume you would know them here. Everything from green parks, community centers, paved walkways, quick access to Kampala CBD, and the airport on the other side. I'm sorry. It's basically a live, work, play lifestyle that we're trying to push. Construction of phase 1 and 2. The construction phase 1 currently has 306 units. Our villas are now sold out, so we are really trying to push for people to come and try and get the rest of them while we plan for phase 2. Excuse me, let me put this down. Okay, so whether you're looking for a retirement home, a future residence, we believe Solana is something worthwhile. I think the last thing I can say about Solana is our payment terms are really incredible. So we say this, and I have to mention it because I would like for everyone listening to come by and see. We require only 10% to book a unit. We give you possession at 40%, and this is an interest-free plan for you to structure and suit your pace. Again, I'll be sitting at the back to discuss that. The second one is Temangalo, which is our affordable housing project. It's our boldest housing initiative to date. It's located about 17 kilometers from Kampala, and this is planned to have over 3,500 housing units of various types. We're talking over 200 bungalows, 100 townhouses, 50 villas, 200 apartments, and this is at about 62% completion. So we see construction progress at about 52%, and pre-sales should be launching soon. So if you're in the market for affordable housing, which we get so many inquiries about, this is a great project to look out for. We also have another one called Chanja, the off-taker project in Chanja. It is a fast developing desirable Kampala suburb. And this will be about apartment blocks of 2 to 3 bedrooms, and it's 160 units. Again, all of our projects come with a wholesome feel. We have playground for children, terrace lawns, ample parking. Yes, so if you'd not believed NSSF is a developer, I'm telling you there is that and a lot more to come. But outside of real estate, and because we get a lot of questions about this, we have, of course, the usual benefits that people are looking for. And again, if anyone has any queries, I'm at the back of the room and happy to help assist with those. But we do have a new product, which I would be remiss to not talk about today, which is called Smart Life Flexi. This is a voluntary-based savings plan designed to help you save consistently for medium-term goals like education, your business, capital, land, weddings, emergencies, literally anything. And here we allow people to save as little as 5,000 shillings. There's a daily interest that's credited monthly. We have no penalties for withdrawal after 12 months and fully flexible. This is a different product from what we offer as NSSF being a retirement savings plan. This is goal-based saving. And we do believe it gives the convenience, control, and flexibility that you need to build wealth before your retirement. We see this as an opportunity for not just people in Uganda, but people in the diaspora. All the information is on our website, nssfug.org, and you can sign up easily through that. Our customer service is there. Any queries, I'm here to help, but it's really an opportunity for people to save and not mandatorily like we would in the usual plans. So to all of you here today, whether you're looking to buy a home, to invest in your financial future, NSSF is here for you. You can visit our website, like I said, but I would like to implore you to get in touch with us and let's talk in more detail. Let's build a future for you, a future at home or away if you're doing Smart Life. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to connecting with you. I'm a Mnyankore, so ours is Mdeidemta. Mwebale kumputiza. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, people were asking, and they reached out to us that they're here now. They left their NSSF in your, I won't call it a bank, but in the scheme, whatever that is. If you can tell them how they can be able to access some of that in a minute, please. And maybe if you're here, what contact they can reach you, that would be great.
Your money is safe. Let me start with that. And if it's still with us, it's been gaining interest. So if I implore you to keep it there a little longer, but should you need to, I'm here at the back of the room. I can take all your details. You can either reach me on jmugume@nssfug.org, or on our website, there's customer service information. We are really quick to respond. If you have any queries, once again, I'm here. But it is absolutely easy. We have a great turnaround time should you have the right information. But yes, their money is safe, secure, and will be returned. The bulk of the information is on the website, though. I feel like that's the easier way to get a hold of us.
And we'll bring you back after we cut away from the news, but we're trying to beat time. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Janet Mugume, the manager real estate, and a very big partner who has helped us literally push this event forward today. So thank you. She was with us in Boston at the Buganda Bumu. Again, a round of applause to Mr. Shadrach Olinga. Ladies and gentlemen, for some of you who don't know, I have someone who carries me. I don't even know how I would or where I would be without him. Shadrach, if you're watching, and family in Uganda, we appreciate everything you do. Again, thank you so much. Now, I'm going to carry it along. I just want to get someone from Toronto because we still have partners. We still have Mr. Andrew Kasiri coming up next to tell us what Power Marina is doing and all the other things. But I want to get testimonials from Toronto. Someone who has been here and pretty much landed something, good. Could you come and tell us about your experience in a minute for our viewers in Uganda? Is there hope coming to Canada, and what have been the experience here so far? And then we will continue the program. It's just going to be a minute, and then we'll have Afro Global Television as well tell us a little bit about what they do, and we'll get back into some of our partners. So again, your name. You can greet the people in the language you most nanga abena sana yonna jemuli tubatumide yonna. So we celebrate all of you. So please.
Thank you so much. It's such a privilege. My name is Florence Nachimoli. I'm just 10 months old in Canada. Yes. I did not directly come from Uganda, like many of us. I came from Korea, where I earned my master's degree in global sports administration and management. And being a newcomer in Canada has been a journey. It has been a roller coaster, but with great experience. As you mentioned, thank you so much. I landed here knowing no one, but there is a power of being aggressive. The only person that I knew that welcomed me was William Kapapsa. He encouraged me. He told me, you can make it. Being sponsored with FIFA to go study in Korea, I came here with a vision that I'm going to be I was going to be part of the FIFA that is happening next year. I came very excited, very happy. I applied for opportunities. But as you know, so many of our newcomers, it's not that easy for you to land on such great opportunities. So when I applied, I successfully got on that journey. I was going to be the coordinator. But with some of the circumstances that couldn't let me leave the country at the time, I was stopped and I was put on a pause. I kind of got stressed, but there was a power of being aggressive to see where you're going. And luckily, I honored to get an opportunity in one of the banks as an advisor. So there is a power in this organization. Regards to Mrs. Mayanja, who has organized this. We all come with different visions, but there is a power of persistence. Thank you so much.
Moses, please come and tell us about Afro Global Television in a minute. Thank you so much, Florence. Please, did you want to come and tell us about what Afro Global Television? And then, William is another friend of the courtesy of this convention. We'll get to hear his testimony. Please come, because I just wanted to buy time so we don't cut out television. Ladies and gentlemen, if I might say a word or two about Moses. When I started doing business here in Toronto, this gentleman was sort of keen. We connected on mail. I was able to open up his contacts. Judge Rochelle. Canada has 5 citizenship judges. One of them is Judge Rochelle, who basically has done wonders for us, coming to speak to our community events and helping us, especially, when I was getting to bring Afrigo to Canada for the first time, did the visas and all the other things that were delayed. So there are people who have been there to carry us through. So I just want to celebrate you for your willingness to open up your networks and the way we've been able to do the things we do. Please tell them what Afro Global Television does and how Ugandans can benefit from some of the stuff you do. And maybe you might greet people in West Nile as well and say hello to them.
Thank you so much. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much, Ronnie, for the incredible work that you've done to put together this annual convention. 8 years is not a joke. It's really amazing. And I'm so pleased to see that your beautiful wife, Mrs. Mayanja, is always beside you, supporting to make sure that you are able to do what you need to do. I also want to take the opportunity really to thank our dear Ambassador, Alan Kajik, who is doing an incredible job actually representing the Pearl of Africa here in Canada. And please give a hand clap for him. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the Honorable Fred Omach, who has actually come from Uganda for this special event and some other activities as well. Honorable Omach actually served with my dear sister, the late Honorable Jessica Erio, in Parliament in Uganda, and he has actually continued to serve very well Uganda in a number of areas as well. I want to take this moment really to let you know that I'm the president and CEO of the Afro Global Television channel, which is actually what you see here. This is a 24-hour TV network that is actually broadcast across Canada on all of the major cable systems, Rogers, Bell, Telus, Eastlink, and others as well. The parent company of Afro Global is Silver Trust Media, and through Silver Trust we actually publish several publications, magazines, that include Excellence Magazine, Destiny, and others also. So together, when you take a look at what we do, including our annual gala event, the Excellence Awards, which has actually brought some of Africa's best and the diaspora's best to Canada, including Yvonne Chaka Chaka from South Africa, Wole Soyinka from Nigeria, and of course from the global diaspora as well, including the former Prime Minister of Jamaica and so on, to Canada, to celebrate excellence. And because for me, I believe that the currency of success is excellence. when you do something and you do it very well, you are actually able to generate more impact and you will be able to achieve much more success. I am just this little boy from Jumani, Uganda, and who basically grew and eventually left Uganda to come to Canada to attend Carleton University in Ottawa. I came with just $20 in my pocket. And that $20 has actually grown to become this media organization. In fact, it's the largest African and diaspora-owned television network and media organization in Canada. And we also believe in social innovation. So we've actually set up the Transformation Institute, for leadership and innovation, which is actually doing some amazing work, as well. I just want to say that two amazing people have actually been able to join me here for this very special event. We have Gino Shah, who is an AI person. So if you want to understand a little bit more about artificial intelligence and, really setting up a business and in a very proper way and that sort of thing, you can actually speak with her as well. And then, of course, I have, the amazing Crystal Kazimi, who's here as well. He has lived in Dubai and some other places as well and has achieved actually so much. So to be able to gain a little bit about, perspective, I think that will really be great. The thing I just will briefly mention is that I have been involved with launching a new initiative called Imagine Uganda. And Imagine Uganda is a unique opportunity that we have to be able to showcase the Pearl of Africa in a number of key areas. And that include trade, tourism, investment, the diaspora, and of course, development. So this is an important, aspect of what really needs to be, advanced. And you can speak to me a little bit more about it. And then in the publication there, when you take a look at my profile, you'll be able to get more information about it as well. And I bring to you greetings from one gentleman from Vancouver, and that is actually Justus Mirembe. He is actually the chairman of the National Association of Ugandan Canadians, and a truly wonderful person. And this organization is aimed at bringing all Ugandans together, regardless of your political association and social or anything for that matter. So I thank you so very much, and let's enjoy this amazing convention. And my brother, once again, congratulations. Yes, and I just basically say, in my language, Madi language, Ingoni, Azianyilaka, and Zokosi. And then, of course, there are some related languages as well, but that's what I would say for now. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Moses. We appreciate the support. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to look at the magazines that you see on the table, they are published courtesy of Silver Media. So, Mr. Mawa, we appreciate you. Please. Thank you so much. Again, we are trying to make sure we rush through some of our partners before, is Mr. Kasiri ready? Before we get into some of the other stuff that we have to take care of. Mr. Kasiri, is he ready? Why don't you come, Mr. Sekanda? This is a minute only, please come. I just want you to, he flew all the way from Uganda. This is a Ugandan Ovation descent, but some people will be saying, wait a minute, Mr. Sekanda, Mr. Sikandi, Mr. Sikandi? Yeah, okay. Please just come because this time we just want to give you a minute. Just greet the people you work with in Uganda. Just briefly tell us what you do. He's the CEO of Reportage. Reportage is a real estate company based out of Dubai, doing big investments in Uganda as well. Just in a minute, greet the people, and then tell them where they can find you.
Good morning, Protocol of the Ambassador. Pleasure to meet you. I've flown all the way from Uganda here because I'm a Ugandan, born in Uganda. I grew up in Uganda. In my younger days, I was based in Lira, Kabira Maido, and Kampala. So my home days were at Lira in VH Public School. My father is 92. He's never left Uganda, so he's a true Uganda. Most people know Rafiki Group, belonging to my father, Hussein Lira. Now, myself, I've developed a lot of properties in Uganda, but I've joined up with a company from Abu Dhabi. It's a $13.5 billion company. It is developing in about 14 countries at the moment and growing all the time. What they've done is they have a passion to develop Africa in Dubai lifestyle properties. So what we're bringing into Africa, not only Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya at the moment, we're starting in Ethiopia, we're spreading all over. Basically, I'm the CEO for Uganda. I'm looking after the operation. In 2 years, we've started projects equating to around $70 million, all in prime locations like Kololo, near Acacia Mall, and near Entebbe. We're building different kind of concepts, European, Middle East concepts into Uganda at affordable prices. We have flexible plans, interest-free. We give up to 40% off in all our developments. We have payment plans of 1% per month for the duration of the developments. So we have unique opportunities for you to have a Dubai lifestyle or a European lifestyle in Uganda. I have all the brochures, I have all the information, I have all the prices. We have selected discounts as well, and we are selling immediately. We have limited stock on our first project, which we are due to complete this year. I've already sold 65 out of 72 units in that. That's already pre-sold. So we have 2 more projects in Kololo and in Tebe. Any information you need, I'm here to give you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Ronnie, thank you. Oh, in my mother tongue, Tiamabe Gope. I just thought I had to add that in. Yeah? I came up from VH Public School, so this is what I learned. Yeah? Oliotia.
Mr. Sikanda, I call him Mr. Sekandi. Yeah, Mr. Sekandi. Thank you so much for flying all the way from Uganda. Once again, if you're joining us, we are live on BBS Telefina in Uganda, wherever you might be watching us. We appreciate you. We are broadcasting live from the Courtyard downtown Marriott in Toronto, Canada. Let me get another Canadian before I have Mr. Andrew Kasiri, one of our partner sponsors, again, to come up here. Mr. William. Mr. William is one of those people who came courtesy of this convention. I met this gentleman as a young man. He approached me. I was doing the annual diaspora homecoming. By the way, we have the annual diaspora homecoming in December. If you're in the diaspora, please plan to come at the Sheraton. Zawi is already on deck, so we're going to have a wonderful time in December at the Sheraton, December 29th and 30th. So if you're watching, please make a date. Mr. William met me at Serena, and he was like, I want to go to Canada. And I was like, I liked his faith, and he was like, I really want to go to Canada. Long story short, we did what he had to do and all that, and he came all the way here. He's not only become successful here, I must say I'm very proud of everything he has done. And I just wanted to invite him. One, what we do, by the way, for someone who might be watching, it's just to encourage those who might be out there without knowing that we have success stories out here. He's a data analyst now. He's gone to school. One of the things I told him, if you can go to school, my mom used to say, you know, doors open when you have your papers in hand. So, William, abantu barika, bakulaba, this is your moment. I would like to come and basically tell them your journey. Just in about 2, 3, 5 minutes, just tell them. I'm trying to rush just because we don't want the news to cut us off. But just tell us what has been your journey. How has Canada been for you in very brief, like 3 to 5 minutes, if you don't mind.
Thank you, my brother. I greet you all. Wherever you're watching from, my name is William Gafabusa. I'm proud to call myself William Gafabusa because that's my grandfather's name. And my son is William Gafabusa Jr. So I think you've summarized me, Mr. Ronnie, but I'll just say that everyone around here that is in front of us, I thank you for coming. You make this bigger and better every day. And Ronnie and Tim, I mean, you're amazing. I mean, the reason why I'm speaking to you is because I want to encourage someone out there So my journey started like any other person, with aspirations. I needed to grow and develop. So the next thing was like, so what do I do? Where do I go? So I did my research, and back home I had done my MBA. I've had opportunities to work with corporate entities. I was in UBL and Unilever in the marketing section and sales. So by the grace of God, I made up here. That's in Canada, North America. And upon reaching here, like any other person, Florence just mentioned, for sure it wasn't an easy journey. But of course, at the end of the day, don't lose the eye on the ball, you know. So I had to manage, how do I go to develop myself? So I went and did business analytics. And for that reason, it's because of COVID-19, you all know what happened. So standing before you, I'm a guy of numbers, and we privilege on big data. So it's the game today, it's what to do. So I speak to you as newcomers into business or entrepreneurs, and those that are existing, with due respect. Some of the things that we think are easier or simpler are never done, and we keep saying, do the basics, the rest will be history. So data is one of the key elements that you can privilege on as a business person. So as a newcomer, to start with, so I'm going to speak individually and then as a business. So from the individual perspective, you're going to look at how do you manage yourself and how do you make life better here, so as you've landed. So I'm standing to share with you, I have so much to do from the marketing perspective. I can draw for you the business plan using data with researched information. And tonight, I'm just going to give you a snap peek of a topic that is related to risk management, to business, and that's risk management. So I'll tell you, we all know about risk. In Uganda, we call it rizik, you know. We do things just how, you know. So I'm trying to say that at the end of the day, can you try to look at numbers? Can you try to look at risks? And then you're able to say, okay, I'm going to invest here. Then what? So you'll have experts like us. We can draw for you the best strategies that we can. And before you invest anywhere, and then we give you the right, because risks in business, let them not be seen as a roadblock. People don't want to invest or put in little money to start a business. I am here, I've managed to make some imports back home from here, and some of the risks I've found on the way is exchange rates, supply chain. So as an expert, we are able to identify that for you, and then you're able to invest right when you have all this kind of information or data onto your desk as an investor. So if you need details about what I can do and my colleagues, I've had to network, build trust in us. I'm going to have my my information behind. I can greet you, and then I'll share with you what we can. It's not so expensive. Please invest. And once again, like the ambassador said, one of the sources that you can embrace is the Uganda Investment Authority website and office. The embassies, please network. I can't emphasize that enough, because it is upon that that some of us can stand before you. We've made strides, and we are all winners. You can go out there and win. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gafabusa. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Gafabusa William. Again, you're watching BBS Telefina. We are trying to rush through some of this on-air, what I would call housekeeping, before we come back into our regular sort of programming. Mr. Omach, you'll be on deck next. Mr. Andrew Kasirye, if you can come. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the gentlemen who mentored me growing up in King's College, Budo, was this gentleman here. Is a senior counsel at Kasirye and Birhanga Advocates, and also the shareholder at Power Marina, one of those big developments in Garuga. They made this happen, Mr. Kasiri. If you can tell Ken over in Nairobi and the team, and Naira, if you're watching, thank you so much for supporting us as Power Marina. Please, abantu osobola okubabuuzaako mu Luganda to start, and you can also be able to tell them where and how they can be able to access your properties. Ladies and gentlemen, my personal friend and good friend, Mr. Andrew Kasiri.
Thank you, Ronnie. Andrew Kasiri, as introduced. I am, I'm one of the promoters, developers of Power Marina. Power Marina is, it's a Ugandan company developed by a listed company called Centum. Centum is listed on the Kenyan Stock Exchange, Nairobi, Kigali, Uganda, and it is an East African company. What is Power Marina? Power Marina is a lifestyle, luxury, lakeshore housing development. Why would you come to Power Marina? The proximity from the airport to the lake. It's 15 to 20 minutes away, and we have different types of housing developments. There we have villas, we have apartments, we have townhouses, we have bungalows, and we have service plots. We have different developments at different stages. One of the stages that we are at now is called Kingswood Park. Kingswood are undeveloped plots which you can buy and develop something of your choice, guided by certain parameters which we insist on. But it's a serviced plot, and these are about 25 to 30 decimals. We have a new apartment development called Springfield. Those of you who might be aware, we have sold out the first apartment developments. They are called Bella Visitor, and they were bought by largely diaspora. Most of our property owners are diaspora, and they will tell you why do they live abroad and own properties in Uganda. It is because of the Airbnb business. People buy not to live there. They come and live there once or twice in a year, but they structure that with an Airbnb market, which is very, very vibrant in Uganda. And so, yes, we're inviting you to buy. You may reside there, but you can also earn from that investment. We are in the process of setting up different amenities. These amenities were delayed because of COVID. We started to build before COVID. When COVID came, we had certain partners withdraw, but we are at the stage where we're putting down facilities such as there's a boardwalk, there is a jogging track, we're building the swimming pools, the children play areas. We're in the business of doing that right now. We have delayed a bit on the swimming pools, but I think by close of September, we should be developing the swimming pools. Why do you come to Power Marina? It's a safe, secure, gated community. It's a safe and secure gated community with all these facilities. There are water resources there, electricity is there. We have a sewage treatment facility right on site. And so it's the place you should be. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Mbabuuzaako bannaffe musibye mukyamu mujeebale bampita Andrew Kasiri banzaala Kansanga. Nze siri village born nga omusumba of Siri Munamasaka. I am born and raised in Kansanga. Kansanga kyali nga kyalo walingawo engo n'empologoma. Yes, I was born over 60 years ago. What you see now is not what Kansanga used to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew. He came all the way from Kampala to support us. He has kids here in university. So, Mr. Kasiri, we celebrate you. We appreciate you. Again, if you're watching us, we are live on BBS Telefina. We appreciate you wherever you're watching. You can always be able to connect with us on UgandaCanadaConvention.com. We also have a news channel, UgandaDiasporaNews.com as well. You can always be able to reach us via that. I recognize Mark. Mark, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mark and the business and what he's doing here in Canada, he came highly recommended in terms of the services he renders. He's also a very strict businessman. So ladies and gentlemen, Boba Wetaga Stream Services, I highly recommend Mark. I'm very impressed by what I've seen, and I'm sure BBS Telefine appreciates. I would also like to recognize in a special way Mr. Semba Joe Patrick, Dansan Busulwa team over in BBS Telefina and the management and staff for giving us this airtime. Whenever we plan and organize these events for our partners, we always want to make sure that we carry these services so they can get a much bigger audience, both on social media with their over 1 million followers on Facebook, YouTube channel, and then the actual people in their homes who are watching now on BBS. So, I would like to invite Farida. Farida is the marketing manager for Qatar, but is all basically here in different capacities. Just come and say hi to the people. Again, we're trying to tell you that the caliber of the people in the room is powerful, is great. We're going to wrap up our TV segment with Mr. March, but we just wanted to give an opportunity to all our partner sponsors who basically supported us. Qatar flies all the way to Toronto. Please get on stage. I'm just trying to buy time for you to get here so you can actually say hi to the people and what you want to say. I know she's not here in an official capacity, please, but she came to support.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols observed. My name is Farida Wamala. I work with Qatar Airways, but I'm here as Farida Wamala. As in on my own, not sponsored by my company. So I thought I should put that very clear. That disclaimer comes out so strongly for me. So whoever is watching out there, I came on my own. As in to network with Ugandans in Toronto. I was just told, you don't say Toronto. Zendi mwala Muganda. Neddirangeye. Banzala kawempe mbogo. So, Oluganda, Obuganda, ne Uganda, yenze. Ndi mchala kitunzi, nyumirwa omulimu gwange. Nyumirwa byenkola. Tutunda tiki. So, buli ali wano, n'abali eka, bw'oba olowooza okutambula, please think Qatar Airways. Nga Farida akugambye, oba akubuulirako, kinyonyi nnungi. So, mwena wena mbatumidde, abatulaba, abali wano, n'abali eka. And thank you, Ronnie, for the opportunity. Ronnie is my good friend. So when he has always invited me, but I kept on postponing, pushing until this one day. You know, Katonda tagera chibi. Planning ya Katonda yebe singo kubo bulungi. So this 8th edition, I was meant to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. Again, we're trying to rush through this program. We're going to finish this segment. Diana, do you want to say something about the work you do real quickly? And then we'll wrap with Mr. March. Please come, because we would love to make sure that these delegates who came all the way from Uganda get the opportunity to get the mileage of the time on television. Please come. I'm buying time so you can get on stage. And then Daphne, I don't know whether you might want to say something.
Mbalamusiza basawo ne banyabo. Nze njatambula ng'Omuganda. Okolawo enjawulo bampita Nabuuso Diana Katimbo, neddira Butiko, ndi muzzukulu wa Nalumoso, agalamidde Bulemeezi bakijjulula, ne nsanyusa obbalaba. Nze ndi mukyala lawyer, nja kwogera mu Luganda kubanga BBC televayina ya bannayuganda ate aboogera Oluganda. Ndi lawyer mukugu, nali nkola ne mwami Andrew Kasirye myaka 14, ne neetongola. Kati nange nina ekitongole kyange, tulina office mu London, Virginia ne Kampala. be bayita diaspora lawyers. Buli ali diaspora ng'oyagala obuyambi mu real estate ne commercial areas. That's our main area of focus. Tuyamba abali mu US to purchase properties in Uganda, abali e London, abali e Canada, abali mu Europe mwenna. We represent you to help you navigate legal problems in Uganda. Yeah, that's what we do. Naye mwenna nsanyusa obbalaba, Mukama abakuume. Ronnie nkwebaza. Email njagibawo mwenna ne website yaffe eri www.renaissance.com. Email njagibawa mu cards ne mwenna nsanyusa obbalaba. Ronnie weebalire ddala, Mukama akuume.
Daphne, did you want to come and say hi on behalf of the ladies and gentlemen? When we try to reach out to the community, one of the other people who organizes big events here in the community of Toronto, we were able to reach out. She promised to come out and support. Is Daphne. Daphne, I've had very many big things from the ambassador who recommended me to you. I just wanted you to say hi to these people, and then we're going to end with Mr. Omach, who is going to wrap up this segment for us, please. If you can come and say hi, what you do, and how the people in Toronto can benefit from some of the services you offer.
Thank you, Ronnie, for the opportunity. His Excellency, the Ambassador, guests in here, community leaders, and organizations that have traveled from Uganda, protocol observed. My name's Daphne Marunga. I'm the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Toronto West and the executive director of the Amara Girls Initiative. The Amara Girls Initiative is an organization that I formed. Anyway, before I go to that, I came to Canada in 2019. I came in pregnant, had a lot of time at home as a former banker and an advocate for girls. While at home in maternity leave or on maternity leave, I looked at what was happening back home, especially when we were hit by COVID. And I was like, okay, I think this is the time that I continue to do the good work that I was doing before I came to Canada. So I formed an organization called the Amara Girls Initiative, and the organization works with young girls. Our theme is to keep girls in school, and our motto is to work together and empower women. Now, in Canada, with the support of some organizations, we host educative events, conferences, one of them being Empowering Women and Girls. It always happens in March, and it brings in advocates, government officials, guests, people who are concerned about empowering women. And when you speak about empowering women, many people mistake it for people to be like, it benefits only people in the sub-Saharan Africa. No, even here, women need empowerment because they still struggle to take up space, and they still need encouragement to be pushed to take up leadership positions. We also host an event in October being a bullying month. So we come in with internet harassment and bullying. As the world evolved, so many people are using the internet, and there's a lot of scamming, there's a lot of abuse, there's mental health issue. I can emphasize, there's a lot of mental health being projected on the internet. So we need to come in as the community, as leaders, as people who are concerned, to bridge on that gap and save the world, because the internet is here to stay. We just need to learn how to move with it. Obviously, we seek partners. I'm here because Ronnie loves what I do and wanted me to come and be around and see who can support us. Because right now, we're being supported by Care International, we're being supported by Days for Girls. Every year, we give out kits, over 200 kits to some schools in Uganda. That is supporting menstrual hygiene for some girls who can't afford it. And we also received some funding from the Rotary Club of Toronto West, where I work, and some clubs in Uganda. Our closing tag is about transformation for girls, mothers, and communities. When we empower women, we build stronger futures. Join us in the journey. Thank you so much.
Honoring our invitation. Thank you so much, Daphne. We really appreciate you coming. Last but not least, Mr. Omach is the board chairman for the Free Zone. I also had Mr. Andrew Wing, Post Bank, but I don't see him here yet, but he's around. Maybe he will speak later once we break off. So, Mr. Omach, please make your way to the podium. We're just going to give you 8 minutes because we want to make sure that we get to wrap up this segment properly. Once again, if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching BBS Telefina. Thank you so much for staying with us. Mr. Omach is from the Free Zone, telling us exactly what they do. He came all the way from Uganda. Please, you'll be able to repeat the organization and be able to tell, and also greet the people in your village who might be watching. The podium is yours, sir. Please, if you can go ahead and do that again in about 8 minutes.
Dear friends, as I was coming here, I talked to my grandchildren. I told them I was coming to Toronto. Then they called their other colleagues, guys, Papa Daddy is going to Tororo. No, I said, no, I am going to Canada. Then they said, that one in Canada is called Toronto. So I told them I was going to Canada from Uganda and coming to have a development agenda with the people of Canada. And that we are going to get an uncle who is called the ambassador. And then the person whom I was going with from our organization is also called Kabanda. So these things were just flowing. So the development agenda, so that all of us from Uganda and Canada, we are all connected and we develop together. So that's where we start from. Now Uganda, because of the UPE and the USE, the children are now speaking Toronto English. And they're extremely exciting. And this UPE and USE has made us proud. And second, we thank our president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, because of immunization of the children there. Now we have got the highest number of youth in the whole of Africa, the whole of the world. We have the youngest population. So how do we turn this dividend, this demographic dividend, into something which is positive? So that is what we think we should benefit from. And the journey as we move with this particular number of youth, and they are not calling me grandpa, they are calling me Papa Daddy, so that I remain part of this very important echelon of the youth. Because if you are called grandpa, it sounds a bit oldish. But if they call you Papa Daddy, it is a... yeah. So here, when you look at, we look at it as Papa Daddy. Yeah. So that is where Uganda is. And they told me I should take to them chocolate. I said, but why should I take you chocolate from Toronto? And then they said, because now as Uganda, we are exporting cocoa beans worth $410.75 million US dollars. So why can't you people of Toronto from Canada come there, process this, and make them into chocolate? So that when I am moving around, the chocolate is, yes, can come from here, from Toronto, but they are Ugandan chocolate. So that's the first opportunity that you are having. Then as I was talking to them, we are taking coffee. And they said, Papa Daddy, can you tell those people to drink at least 1 cup of Uganda coffee every day? And that's the request from these young children. Right now, as Uganda, we are exporting 7.8 million bags of 60 kilograms per annum. And we are adding value to only 10%. Can you, from Canada, at least add value to 50%? And also get us a market. At least 1 cup of coffee from Uganda. And I'm happy that at least Canada is importing some coffee from Uganda, but not sufficient. And it is in raw form. So that's where I wanted to start from. My colleague Kabanda, please stand up for recognition. Dr. Kabanda is a member of the board and has got a PhD in humanities from Seattle University in the Washington, here, USA. So I am really extremely happy, Ambassador, for the committee organizing this and inviting us as Uganda Export Promotion and Free Zone Authority, which is a very young authority, which was last year coined out of 2 boards, Uganda Export Promotion Authority Board and the Free Zones Authority. They were now formed into one and were inaugurated in December last year. So we have, and I would like to read to you exactly what we do. The UZEPA, as we are called, is responsible for 10 things. The first one is for the establishment, development, management, marketing, maintenance, supervision, and control of free zones. And then on the other side of export, it does 3 things: to develop, to promote, and to coordinate all export-related activities. Isn't that massive? Which includes this adding value to this coffee, adding value to this cocoa, and we get chocolate, and we get that beautiful cup of tea from Uganda. The authority also regulates and facilitates secure, efficient, and globally competitive international spaces that facilitate value addition to our abundant resources and promotes exports to the world. Now, Canada inclusive. So far, we have licensed 43 free zone developers and operators, and we are constructing a public free zone at Entebbe International Airport. We expect that this financial year, we should be able to conclude. These zones are catalyzing industries and augmenting Uganda's efforts in increasing export receipts, and we have slightly over 1,004 registered companies exporting from Uganda. And we are in this process of finalizing the regulations to enable us to also operationalize the special economic zone, as has been agreed by the East Africa Convergence. And we invite you to be part and parcel of this. Now, where are we as a country, and what the Uganda government is doing? There is about 9 things, and I would like to read them to you verbatim, so that this is what came from you from the convention that you wanted us to do for you. You want the interest of this convention to include deepening potential partnership with multiple stakeholders in the field of trade. Yes, that's where we are. Investment, I've talked briefly about that. Agribusiness, tourism, ICT, education, healthcare, real estate, diaspora banking, and establishment networking. And that's why we are here. We'd like to have networking established with you. And His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has always talked about the 4 principles of ideology, which include patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. We are doing all this, and as I'm talking now in the country, all parties, political parties, are in their primary elections, so that next year we have the national election, which will be free and fair, so that every time, every 5 years, we have opportunity for people to express their interest. And to deepen this dream of capitalizing Uganda further, the government continues to prioritize the following areas. Peace and security is one of the most peaceful places in the whole world. We have accelerated industrialization with focus on building factories, export promotion and import substitution, strengthening the private sector and increasing market access for our exports in regional markets, among others. And in terms of foreign direct investment, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have the FDI flows of, by the end of last financial year, of 3.8 billion US dollars. And quite a bit is coming from you, and we are requesting you, can you have your own remittances put together as an organization so that you can have some impactful investment in Uganda from these flows? But we thank you so far what you've been doing. We are in the areas of tourism. Last year we got 1.5 billion. Remittances, as I've mentioned, is 1.4 billion. And during the next 5 years, we are projecting that the GDP is going to more than double to 158 billion in 2030. And the people with whom we are getting the largest FDIs, unfortunately, is not Canada. We have 55% from the Netherlands, followed by France with 20%, Kenya with 6%, Tanzania with 6%, with 5%. So where is Canada? So there is an opportunity for you to ensure that you improve on your FDIs to Uganda. Then the trade between Uganda and Canada, I'm happy to say, we have reached now 69.1 million. That is trade between Canada and Uganda, with 36.5 million in Canadian exports and 32.6 million in imports. And the Canada exports to Uganda primarily consist of aircraft and the aircraft parts, textile articles, and cereals, while imports from Uganda include coffee, tea, vanilla beans, flowers, and fish. And right now, we are requesting you to come and invest in fish farming, aquaculture. The potentials are extremely huge, and we would like Canada to come and benefit from this. So the questions we have from you, from the diaspora, this huge export potential that the country is enjoying, can you be part and parcel of it? Now, in terms of manufacturing, we are doing a lot in manufacturing, and the things that we have, there is automobiles, electronics, steel, textiles, furniture, food products, pharmaceuticals, aluminum products, and some of the new products which are manufactured in Uganda, electronic manufacturing plant, pharmaceutical companies. We have dairy farms. We have cut flours worth $120 million. We have 2,000 tons of avocado and 4,000 tons of bananas per year being exported. And we have, the other investment potentials in Uganda are huge. And right now we have got the returns on investment of 14%. It is the highest in the world, I can assure you. 14% return on investment. If you invest here in Europe, you get about 5.2% returns on investment. So once you invest in Uganda, you'll be able to get all your capital between 5 to 7 years, and you've got back your capital. The rest is just enjoying. And we have a very free economy where you can bring in as much finances or capital as you want, and you can repatriate as much of it when you make the profits. Now, the goal of increasing the size of the economy tenfold within a period of 10 years. And this, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is the core business of government now. We want the GDP growth to move from, currently we have about 61.1 billion US dollars as the GDP, but we want this to move to 500 billion US dollars. And this is what we are calling the ATMs. ATMs, I'm a banker by profession. We used to be, our ATMs were machines which are used for giving out money, associated teller machines. Now it is standing for 4 things in Uganda to increase the GDP growth rate tenfold. And we want you in the diaspora, you the Canadians, to be part and parcel of this. First one is agro-industrialization. Second one is tourism development. Third is mineral development, including oil and gas, and science, technology, and innovation. So these are the ATMs that the government is emphasizing. I've already told you that coffee, we're exporting 7.8 million 60 kilogram bags, and we want this to have value added. I've talked about fish. Currently, we produce 658 metric tons of fish annually, and we have 12 fish factories in Uganda. But we want you not only to come and add value, but we want you to also have aquaculture in Uganda, and the land and the water is available. We have milk, and now to deepen the agro-industrialization agenda, we as a government have given a large scale in commercial farming interest-free credit worth 175 billion shillings, but this is only for Ugandans, including you in the diaspora. It is interest-free. You can get this so that you are able to develop big agricultural farming in Uganda, and these are got through the 3 government banks of Post Bank, Housing Finance Bank, and the Pride Bank. Now with minerals, if I tell you, you may even faint. We don't think that Uganda has this number of minerals. We have many of them, and permit me, Eddie, to mention them one by one. We have oil and gas, which you all know about. We have beryl, we have chromite, lead, lithium, silver, zinc, granite, diamond, uranium, iron ore, among many others. And all these, the potentials are there for you to come and invest in them. And we have gold refineries so far. Now we have 10 of them, which are operating in Uganda. And we have a Uganda National Mining Company that is going to be capitalized up to 500 billion Uganda shillings in the next 5 years. And they will be participating at least 15% to ensure that Uganda has a stake in all the minerals that will be added value to from Uganda. The airport in Kabalega International Airport has almost been completed, and we have completed over 700 kilometers of tarmac roads within the Albertine regions. Electricity, we expect, right now we have 2,052 megawatts, and we are also going to have up to 8,400 megawatts of nuclear power. We are not going to use it for fighting, but it's just going to, for you to come and do industries. And so please come. So we expect up to 12,074 megawatts to be installed in Uganda in the near future. But right now, we have 2,052 megawatts. This is enough for you to do industrialization. And then with all this said, the enormous potential within the diaspora community here in Canada to drive this transformation, including new investors interested in the country. And due to intervention by government, people now living below poverty line has come down to only 16%. This is amazing. And the Uganda currency is the strongest in Africa. Yeah, the strongest. Yeah. And then those who are outside the money economy has come down to only 33%. These are amazing figures. You can Google anywhere and you'll find that they are all truth. And this is courtesy of government investing 3.3 trillion in what we are calling the parish development model. So this money is everywhere. And of course, we thank you. Yeah, you just go there, you get 1 million shillings. In the past, if people got 1 million shillings, they would get so excited and even tremble a bit. But now, they know how to handle it, and it is working perfectly. In the past, as Mao was saying, you get 1 million, you go and marry another wife. But now they're investing it. Because the president has been moving around to tell them about wealth, and they've articulated it. So this, through export-oriented investment, joint ventures, logistics, or technology transfer, we would like you to come to be part of Uganda. The opportunities are abundant, with Uganda now as the largest producer of coffee in Africa, exporting that 7.13 billion 60 kilogram worth of 1.97 billion in the end of the financial year, which I had already mentioned. And can we resolve today? One, how can we ensure Canadians drink to that 1 cup of coffee daily from Uganda after processing it? Two, how can Uganda ensure that the diaspora and Canadian invest in value addition business around coffee and others, including tourism? And how can you three go into business processing outsourcing? And with our tourism potential being world class, how can we make sure we increase number of Canadians coming to Uganda for tourism? And we have, for instance, lions that climb trees. In the past, if a lion was chasing you, you would run away and climb on top of trees, and you felt you are happy that you had escaped. But now with Ugandan lions, when you climb on the tree, it follows you there and leaves you there. But for us, we know the language. We'll tell now, this one is a Canadian, don't touch. So come, we'll make sure that you are safe. So back to the free zone and the benefits of tax incentives that we will be giving you through the tax exemptions. And whatever we'll be giving you are VAT zero rated. And I urge you to look at Uganda not just as a home, but as an opportunity. Let us turn our networks into business corridors and our shared heritage into shared wealth, and bring along Canadian investors for investment in Uganda. And you're extremely welcome. And this is my first time in Canada. And when I'm going back with some chocolate for my grandchildren, now we shall no longer be calling Toronto, but we shall be calling Toronto. Yeah. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Papa Daddy, is it? I like Papa Daddy, with everything that, actually I needed to read that, but I don't have my glasses. I think it's the Uganda Free Zones and Export Promotion Authority Board Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to speak to Mr. March, and for some of our investors who are in the room, please feel free. We're still streaming, I'm told, on YouTube and also on the Facebook Live pages of BBS Telefinance. So I would like to invite Bettina to come. She's the coordinator for Canada here in Toronto. If you can Toronto, right. If you can come and say hi, these are some of the people who help us organize this. Justus, again, we salute you. Also, Mr. Mirembe, just as I mentioned that, but there was also, please just come, I'm waiting for you to get to the stage. There is Mr. Henry Luyombia. As I say, there is a new group of new Canadians. He wanted me to send out a shout to them as well. Bettina, say something.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to this amazing event. Thank you for creating time of your busy schedules. I'm not a good speaker, but I'll try my level best. Honorable Omachi talked about my language. I'm a coffee farmer. I'm actually one of the first female to be voted by an AFP. It's a French magazine, as an East African representative, inspiring farmer. So, so I'm going to brag about, I'm a coffee farmer, like a big coffee farmer. And I'm the first person in Uganda to call the term proud farmer. So when you see someone using it, I'm about to charge them for that. So I came to Canada a couple of years ago. Now I'm 6 years here, but I still do farming back home and on a large scale. I also work with Mapera Bakateyamba, one of the houses that hosts elderly in Rubaga. I'm not a politician, but people call me honorable. Others call me a minister, but I'm not none of those. And the reason to why they call me that is the work that I've done on the ground, on the grassroots. I used to, and I still do, volunteer teaching farming and give out farming tools to women and the youth in Uganda. You might be wondering how I do it. I do it with people like you, people who contribute. I use my social media to raise money and to raise funds. I've built schools, I've built churches, not in my money and not in the government's money, but in the money of people like you. And so I thank you, and that's why I was able to collaborate with Ronnie Mayanja, who liked how I do what I do on social media, to become the Canadian coordinator. So thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you today at the picnic and tomorrow at the dinner gala. Please come in your dancing shoes. We are going to dance, we are going to have fun, but most of all, we are going to network. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bettina. So if you have any questions about what we do, Bettina coordinates Canada and Toronto, and basically we've had always these inquiries that come out. You know, she's really someone who has been very supportive. I would like to invite Pastor Jumba. We're going to be having a church service tomorrow. We're just doing some housekeeping real quick. Again, people, I don't know why when people watch you on TV, they want to call you, but I don't know why they do that in Uganda a lot. But let me ask you, Pastor Jumba, to talk about the service tomorrow. We have an interfaith church service. So to all our partners who are here, what I did ask as one of the coordinators for the community in Toronto, Pastor Jumba asked the pastors to join us tomorrow for a church service, which is going to be in one of the rooms here. I wanted him to talk about that before we continue on to our regular programming. We're going to have a church service. He's going to talk about some of the logistics of that. We're having a picnic on Center Island, you know, where we encourage many of you who have come here, you've never been to Canada, just to come, just to basically be able to see what is out there. Canada is very beautiful. And then, of course, tomorrow, please promise and bring us a friend. 3-course menu, dinner at, you know, the venue where we've set up for you guys at 6 p.m. I would encourage you to also come and bring a friend, so we make this a very big party for us to celebrate the end of our basically convention. Mr. Pastor, Reverend, Bishop, Elder Eddie Jumba, please give it to him, and then please talk to us. You're still live. We are streaming on BBS Telefina as well. So please, the only thing we lost is they've cut out to the news, but they're still streaming live. So don't think we're housekeeping, but I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayanja. Let's clap for Mr. Ron Mayanja. I'll put it here. One of the things that are dear to Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja, and I don't even know how much they go into this personal life of theirs, is that they are people of faith. So when the convention was conceived, one of the key values that Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja held was the value of unity. The interfaith service is a statement of that. Every year, whenever this convention has happened, there has been 2 hours reserved to just make the statement that we can have a platform where people of different faith can come together to praise the Lord. That is what we are inviting you to tomorrow. I have confirmation from the Toronto Seventh-day Adventists. They confirmed their attendance. From the Catholic Church of Toronto, the Ugandan Catholic Church of Toronto, they will be here. I have confirmation from the Ugandan Muslim Canadian Association. They confirmed they will be here with us. Panera Ministry, they will be here. These are all people that you would not find together on a Sunday morning. That is the whole point behind the interfaith service. It's really not my wisdom. It is something that is dear to Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja, and we want to honor you in that regard. For me, that is very, very dear to know that you care about unity. So tomorrow at 10, not this room, another room, but in the same building, you just go across the where we are seated. Please, that's where you need to be. Be there before 10 so that we can start at 10. You can't arrive at 10 when we are starting at 10. Be there around 9:30 so that you can enjoy the things that happen before the service, so that we can start the service together. I have to emphasize the ministry of abundance in Christ Church, where Pastor Becky, if you may stand, Pastor Becky is one of the assistants there. That ministry this is not something easy to do. They are moving their entire service to this place. If you are a pastor, you would know that that is close to an impossibility. But that is what is happening tomorrow. So I want to stand here and honor Pastor Reverend Peace. She's supposed to be here, but she's well represented by the members of Abundance in Christ Church. And that is, I think, what I wanted to do. Please be part of everything about the convention. We have the picnic, yes, we have the breakfast, we have the dinner, but also we have the interfaith service. How many people here would say they are people of faith? That is everybody. That's what we are doing tomorrow at 10. Please be sure, bring everything that you need to bring to God, bring it tomorrow. Wanji? Bring a friend, that is very more important. You never know what the person might benefit because they came at your invitation. And I think that is one of the events that are not charged. So Mr. and Mrs. Mayanja, they said, no, we are not going to charge people to receive a prayer or to come and be blessed in the presence of God. So please be sure to bring somebody, but be sure to be there yourself as well. And we'll trust that God will move. We'll trust that answers will be received to your questions, questions you have about God, questions you have about the things you're praying about. Please be sure to attend. And when we do that, we'll be making the statement that we can, in the midst of so much, there are so many reasons why we could be divided. There are so many reasons why we could be divided. But tomorrow we take a moment. This has been the case every single year. We take a moment to say, no, in the midst of all the reasons we could be divided, we want to demonstrate that we could actually be united, because it is indeed truly possible. But that takes you and I. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Eddie Jumba, Bishop Eddie Jumba. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still live. If you have something you wanted to say as far as helping and developing our community, I would invite you to do that. I see you guys are listening very attentively. I don't know whether you want to come and greet our people and say something. You know, did you have something you wanted to come and say to the people? You're good? All right, thank you so much. Please, did you want to come? Yeah, I just want to give a chance for the people in Toronto to basically come and say, George, now we're good. That was Sikule Kamawik. So don't think I've forgotten you. So I just wanted to allow this lady I am standing on stage with. I was her boss. I set up a TV station and a radio station back in the day in Uganda. So when Moses Mawa was like, oh, there is this person who used to be on radio and television, I need to invite them to come and speak. And then he sent me a picture. I laughed so loud because I was like, I was our boss, but I don't know whether she remembers that. I meant actually back. So please go ahead and greet the people, say something. But you're very popular. You used to have a good show on that. Was it Salt?
Yes, Salt Media. My mentor, my interviewer, actually, those were years back, and I think he was very good in media, and everybody that was starting up a media house, it had to be Mayanja to start it, organize it, stream it, produce it. So you started very many media houses that are still running up to now very powerfully. So we appreciate you. No wonder you have such a beautiful innovation here. I greet you all in the name of God Almighty, because we are different faiths. So I'll say in the name of God. I'm a Christian, a very good one, a committed one. And on that ground is where I'm able to do all that I do. Professionally, I'm a clinical psychologist counselor, but with 25 years of education. I've taught university for 18 years. I've taught secondary school for 15 years, and I've taught infants for 6 years. So anywhere you put me, even baby care, I can become a baby and make sure that I take care of people. I've worked with women, I've worked with men. I'm very passionate about the men's image in society. It's very important. And one of the things that I vow to do here in Canada, one of the things, and actually one of the reasons why I'm probably here, is to bring out God's intention of marriage, of family, God's intention of generation, when we are failing at family, we do not have successors. We do not have a generation to live. When our bishop, Pastor Jumba, the community mentor and motivator, gets older, there has to be another Jumba. There has to be another Pastor Peace. There has to be another Chief Mawa. There has to be another Mayanja. There has to be another Coach Sue. That's what they call me. Some people call me Coach Sue. Other people call me Auntie Sue. There's a youth home, Eva's Initiative, where I'm a chief chef. So they call me Chief Sue. So I am one person that falls in every shoe that I'm able to fall in. And if I know that I will not do something well, I do not do it. If you give me a broom, I make sure that I do it to the best of my ability. If you give me a piece of chalk, I'll do it passionately. Why? Because there's a reason why I am alive. There's a reason why each of you here is alive and is able to do what we all do at whatever cost, whatever it is you do. I've looked at everybody doing something somewhere. We are accountable to God Almighty that created us to be something. It's important to be useful at whatever level you're at. Maybe in the Garden of Eden, God didn't create books, academia, and all that, but God gave us a brain to understand that we can train into different professions and be able not to only do or work to earn a living and survive, but to be useful and add value to God's creation. We are accountable for our actions and our words. Even as you relate with your fellow brethren, however much they've upset you, the Bible says, forgive so you can be forgiven, because we do not have an angel here. We all fault at a certain time, intentionally or unintentionally. But the most important thing is not the faulting, but what attitude towards that faulting. How do you bring back the connection, the unity? I'm very excited about tomorrow's service because it brings all of us together. Pastor Jumba, Reverend Jumba has said that we are all going to be in one hall as unity. In fact, if we had witches and sorcerers, we would invite them as well. Let them come and hear about the God that we serve. Because at the end of the day, we are created by one God of whom we are accountable for. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are answerable to God Almighty. Wherever you are a counsel, you are a mortgage person. So whatever you do, just know that there's one person you're accountable for. Besides your clients, there's a God we are all accountable for. For the Muslims, there's Allah that we are all accountable for. So what does this call us to do as I wind up? Let us love each other. Let us love each other at whatever cost. Because whatever we are accumulating as wealth, we live here. In front of God, He created us naked. We go naked with nothing, not even $1. So if you have $1 and you can be like Daphne and put it in a girl child somewhere to create a generation of tomorrow, why not? Global events, holding the career fairs here to make sure that all newcomers get jobs, why not? Chief Mawa, bringing an Afro Global TV to make sure that us, who are media personalities back home, we don't get dissolved in Toronto, but we are able to be seen and looked at. Pastor Eddie Jumba, the telephone is on 24/7. Pastor Becky, they all come from their high ends and come down to us, to community, to serve. So I vow to Toronto that I am going to try as much as I can in all my power and strength as a professional, but also as a person created with a purpose, because I'm not here by mistake. I'm going to try and rekindle and rebuild family unity. How do we groom our children to be responsible, not to end up in drug wastage, not to be homeless? How do we help them to even do better than us? We have bought houses, we are in mortgages, we drive very good cars. Are our children and grandchildren going to be able to do what we've done? Are they going to be as resilient as we are? We are fighters. Have we taught it to our children? Have you taught your child the business you're doing? Is it a family business? Have you groomed them?
We need a pastor to come from Pastor Jumba's house. We need a media personality to come from Chief Mawa's house. Mukuru Mayanja, otuleke Dani. I want to thank you all for listening to me. I'm not the speaker of the day, please. But my name once again, Susan Nalwoga, Coach Sue, Auntie Sue, call me anything. Chief Sue, whatever, wherever you take me. I need a job, a proper job. Not that I'm not working, but I am here also to kwetega. Whoever has an organization, you need me. Of course, but apparently part-timely, I'm with Afro Global TV. May God bless you so much. My church is Abundance in Christ Church that is going to lead service here. And one of the directors, of course, is Pastor Jumba, who is the senior pastor of Milken's Church. May God bless you all. Swiss Max, you're doing great.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for those watching, I have to keep reminding them that we are at the Business Expo, Uganda Canadian Diaspora Business Expo. Someone was telling me that the graphic needed to get corrected on there. I got a text message regarding that. George, do you want to say something? We would love to give the people in Toronto a chance before we get into more of, ladies and gentlemen, George does many things here. He's actually the one who connected me to some of the people who are doing very good for us, including Mark over there. So please, why don't you greet the people and say something?
Thank you very much, Ronnie. I got to know Ronnie virtually for a very long time. For the first time in 4 years, he saw my face yesterday. But we've been coordinating and doing a lot of things together. And my name is George William Wilobo. I greet you in my language, Yogano Dedede. I am I'm from Kabiramaido and had a gentleman, Sekada. Yes, I'm very humbled to meet you. I know most of the projects in Sunflower and all these things from Rafiki. I am very familiar with them. So in Toronto, I still call Toronto. I have not lost that one. But I'm the executive director for Global Express Services, and including the ambassador. It is yesterday that he was finding out that I actually have a very established business. But all this while, he thought I'm just a street run around. But I have a very structured business. I have my business umbrella is Global Express Services Inc. Under Global Express, I have portfolios, and the first portfolio is Global Events Canada that organizes events and supports so many community initiatives within our community, requires planning and strategic management. And personally, coming from the corporate Ugandan corporate world, where I was a project manager at ABI, Agribusiness Initiative, Agribusiness Trust, whereby I also have background in agribusiness management, which I studied from Israel through the first cohort that went through the USADF. But most importantly here, I also have Brookside Staffing Agency that support our community members, especially the newcomers, because finding jobs here are very, very hard. So I have a staffing agency and focusing on the healthcare and community support. And I have contracts within the city of Toronto, but also have contracts with some of the private organizations that we supply workers to. And also another portfolio is GlobeX. My name is Wilobo, so that's why you're hearing a lot of global. My name is Wilobo. Wilobo literally means the world. So that explains why you're hearing global. So I use my name. Global is actually my name, Wilobo. So I have GlobeX, Global Express Shipping. So we ship a lot of community persons that want to ship back home, and we do that at a small and larger scale, both in air freight and water. Now, logistically, of course, we have our locations both in Mississauga. We have a warehouse that we partner with an entity to share that warehouse. We're also trying to expand to see how best we can be able to bring some of the partners. Yesterday, we met one of the partners that want to want us to work together in terms of logistics. However, I am here to thank Ronnie for bringing all the business leaders here today, and also appreciate you for consistently doing this. It's not easy to bring all these faces and these big shots in one space. And I want to thank the media team that is here. In most cases, I have mentored and encouraged a lot of newcomers in this community. In most cases, these people don't come out to really testify, but Mark right here is one of the testimonies of my mentorship. When he came here with his passion for media, I encouraged him with one small, simple camera. Right now, you are seeing the entire room is filled with cameras and very latest technology equipment. And he's the one that has been streaming this live to the audience in Uganda. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity, and I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to thank all those people who made it. I don't want us to get into, you wanted to come and say something. I don't want to really carry this on for so long. But if you want to come, please come, the gentleman behind, and say something. Again, and then we will be able to wrap up the live stream for the people who might be watching on BBS, both on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. Please just come and say hi to them.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. I know you for some time, but we met for the first time. Your Excellency, all the good people who have traveled from Uganda, and our friends new here. Probably I'm one of the oldest in the house. I've been here for the last 29 years. I landed in Canada during the times of Michael Jackson. At that time, you had to wear a silk shirt, a silk tie, a silk trouser. I landed on the 14th of February. It was one of the coldest days, as we know. At that time, the planes did not touch the airport. You had to walk like 1 kilometer. When I go to the migration, even my teeth were singing. They told, I heard the immigration officer telling my people were waiting for me that he's badly dressed. So that is how ignorant we are when we are moving to new places and we have global shocks. I am responsible for about 300 people migrating in this country. I am very proud over the years. After working for the World Bank, oh, by the way, my first job, I walked dogs. My second job, I was a security guard. And the third job, I worked for the World Bank as a researcher. All my life, I've dedicated myself in supporting Uganda. Ambassador is my testimony. Can tell the story. From anything that I could do or I can do up to now, I am not part of irresponsible divisions. I only focus on what puts us ahead. I am the man behind the post-COVID conference that happens every year. It is always between 11th and 13th, but because we know how important this convention is, we pushed it to September. We always bring 350 people all over the world who come and discuss health, trade, and what post-COVID recovery is, as we anticipate that we should get ready should any pandemic, should any global shock come that we need. So I will welcome you to be part of it. We have 560 people confirmed from all over the world. From Saudi Arabia is the biggest. Then all the provinces are coming. We are going to be at Brampton, Pearson Convention Center. Because we are home-based, the same team here, you see George, you see Mark, these are the people who are going to carry the show of what it takes. Because for us, we believe there is this buy Uganda, build Uganda. But for us, support Uganda. That's what we do. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about is different from the story I'm saying. Two things. In Canada, to make money is the easiest country where somebody can make money. Because I was dog walking 29 years ago. I'm sure I'm comfortable where I am. Even if God says leave, I will say thank you for what have you done. But let's invest in STEM. Let's invest our children in being scientists, because it's the only thing that can make you meet the CEO of Rogers Television. It's the only thing can make you to be hired globally. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. If we can have children back home to come here and put them in these programs, we will be benefiting our country. One of the boys that I got from Uganda many years ago came here, got into the university here, was behind the store of Bombardier. It was one of the most direct projects that never had anything. We never heard about kickback, never heard about this, because the boy who came from Uganda came here, ended up being one of the best students, one of the best trainers at the Bombardier in Montreal. So, and naturally, because there was need, the information went around, and because he was one of the best workers in the department, he was made to meet the CEO of Bombardier. The rest is now history. I'm sure many people have positive stories that we talk about. However, for now, many visas are difficult. But now they have opened up the education sector. So it is very easy for somebody to come here and study as per this month. It is much, much simplified, and it's the best way we can bring people here. Come and study. The other back door is now complicated, I assure you. Then, last but not least, we are all Ugandans. But there is a very big problem that is we can't do much about. We all come from different backgrounds. We come from different locations. I've met people who know nowhere, but they know Dubai. I know people who know nowhere, but they know Kampala, but they are all here. We are completely different. That's why whenever people say, oh, we have differences, let's create environments that we can all come together, especially through this program of children that you are talking about. I would be happy to volunteer to work with somebody who wants all our children to come together, go to a boat ride, give them what they want. Because for us, we may never be able to get together, but our children that have met here are confused. There is a global shock that they are going through. It is very easy for us to stem them through that way. I'm from Jinja, Mwamusoga. One day my daughter came to me and told me, Daddy, is it true that we are Basoga? It was a shame for somebody who really wants home to be home, but that is what it is. So now I decided to carry my children wherever I go. It is only now that they were so tired. We had a Swahili festival somewhere. They could not come. But I take them so that they meet people who have origins like them, so that I don't get ashamed one day to ask me that, what are Basogas like? I don't want to waste a lot of your time, but I want to be part of you. Whoever wants my contact, the princess who was here, Moses Mawa, who is a hero to everybody here, because if you want to fail in media, don't contact Mawa. Then I'm very happy. That's all I can say, and we will be together from now up to the end. For those who want to be part of the next event, it is okay. We are giving out free invitations because we want people to come and be part of the new picture of the new order of the world, because as we are talking now, Canada is leading in global business. Thank you very much for accepting an old man like me to address you.
Yeah, so Moses just wanted me to put in some housekeeping here that this event will be covered on Afro Global Television and will also air across Canada on their channel. Let me have, if you want to come, I didn't get the name, but if you want to come and say something, she just wanted to. And by the way, we are wrapping up. We wanted to give you guys a chance to network. And because we are going to be breaking away from our live broadcast, because the team will have to go, so please, I'm waiting for you to make your way on stage. She's a newcomer here, and again, this is someone who has just moved to Toronto. I'm just trying to make way for you. Please say something, encourage these people and maybe someone watching before we break off for the live stream. And then we'll call Pastor Jumba and then the ambassador. I don't know whether you might want to have a closing remarks so we can end on this. You good? Okay, so please say something.
Thank you, Ronnie. Hi, everyone. Protocol staff. I hope you're all well. My name is Denise. I'm very new in this space, obviously. I'll just read out what I wanted to say, if you don't mind. I'm a proud Ugandan. I've been in Canada for a year now, over a year, and I'm a marketing student. I'm based in Toronto, and my heart is deeply rooted in our culture, and I have a vision to share African luxury with the rest of the world. I've had the chance to work with the luxury department, in particular Harvey Nichols and Saks Fifth Avenue before they closed out of Toronto, Canada. And I've seen firsthand how global brands are built, and now I want to bring that same level of prestige to African-made products, you know, beauty products, fashion, and lifestyle products. And through my brand, I've created a brand really new. It's called Philip Azibwe. My mission is to reintroduce Africa to the rest of the world, not just as a place of heritage, but to build a hub of excellency, elegance, and innovation. And I'm truly honored to be here to connect with some of you Ugandans. And as I'm starting this journey, I hope I can meet some of you to uplift me, or we uplift ourselves. And yeah, we also uplift what's ours. Thank you very much. I've started with the brand called Belazuri. I don't know if some of you know the brand. It's a Ugandan beauty cosmetics brand. I'm officially selling the products here in Canada. I'm also in touch with some other brands from the continent, not just Uganda. If you have a brand that you would recommend, not just beauty or fashion, but lifestyle as well, I would welcome the brand. I would like to, you know, look at some of these brands and products that we have back home, and let's have them in this part of the world as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of you. My name is Denise Ayubaziwe. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm told some people might have, thank you so much. Some have some questions because we had a lot of discussion going on and we didn't want to interrupt the broadcaster, but we're still on YouTube. Any questions for the people here present? Please, if you have a question, put up your hand and maybe someone we cut off might be able to expound on what they wanted to say. And we'll give you an opportunity. Questions? It's question time, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have any questions for all the speakers who've had this morning? If you do, please let us know, or forever hold your peace, as they say. Question time. If you have questions, guys. Do you have questions? Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of you for having met, because it's supposed to be a breakfast. We don't want it to go into a brunch and then lunch and then dinner, because you guys have to prepare. Done it is that we were supposed to have a boat cruise, which we canceled because we only could get Yankee Lady in the afternoon. And I'm told people here are night dancers. They prefer to do their things in the night, meaning dancing out in the night. So they say the day cruise wouldn't work for them. They prefer an evening cruise, is what I'm trying to get to. So as a result of that, we sat with the team and they said, what can some of the guests who have come in here for the first time do? Center Island was proposed as an alternative. And I reached out to Pastor Jumba, who said it's a very good venue where people can actually take their kids, family, and all that. There's always Obachidi area, I forget what they call it, some sort of ferry that takes you there. I need someone who knows a little bit of the directions as well as the fee. I'm told it's not very expensive to get there, but there's a lot to see once you get to Center Island. Pastor Jumba, can someone give us the direction to that? We had proposed a time of 4, but it's all, you know, it depends on what people want to do. That's number one. Number 2, the service is tomorrow at 10, like Pastor Jumba's mentioned. And then tomorrow evening we have dinner. I always throw this out there in the sense that I tell people, if you really feel there is someone who has come into this country dealing with a depression, they need to do something different, please bring them out. I always tell people that we're about building each other up. Don't let the encumbrance of paying be an issue. I always tell people if they need to be here, let them come. We will accommodate them. So tomorrow at 6, we have DJ Barrett, who's definitely Toronto's very own. There's a club where he's involved and all that. So if you want to come and hear that. And then, of course, there are some kids. We have Madoy Fashion is going to also be doing a fashion runway. I think he's doing his thing. So just come and really enjoy the evening and meet some of the Ugandan people. I'm told that today is tricky for us when we're doing things around this time because many of them are working, but they've promised us they'll be here tomorrow. So thank you so much, Ambassador. We really appreciate the support of the embassy. Thank you so much, Pastor Jumba. Thank you so much, Kalunji. Ladies and gentlemen, clap for that gentleman who drives with me all the way from Boston, gives us all the equipment, the sound. We've done business with the Marriotts for the last 10 years, but when you hire the equipment, even the microphone is like $500 to hire this microphone here. So Encore just really whacks you with prices that can drive you off the cliff. So we appreciate you, Sebo. Thank you so much. And of course, Palmarina, NSSF, Rapportage, and all the other supporters that have really been there. Immigration. There is a lady, the equipment is set up. If you need documentation sorted, please. They came and trekked all the way from Ottawa. Let's support them. Let's give them a reason to come here. And Mr. Omach, I think you made my day. I think Didi, I think, but I even don't know what to say, but that was really good. I enjoyed that. And I think we need to give you more time. And I think once I get the cutouts of those, we can always stream them across more platforms. But thank you for making the time. And for all of you, unless there is anything, Moses, you think of, please come tomorrow, support us. We paid for a lot of food, and it's a 3-course dinner. And again, bring someone who you feel needs to be here. If there are people in shelters, we encourage them to come out and really be able to join us. And yeah, come and, do you know where Center Island is? I don't know how to direct people. I just need to know how to get there. Are you able to say something about that? I'm asking you. William, Center Island. George, as a global shipper, you should know where Center Island. In case people want to go there, just come and tell us where and how people can get there, or if the ferry is free to get to join that and all that. Just because I don't want, it's all individual transportation to get to the ferry. So I just want to make sure people know where to go if they want a change of scene. Also, we are right next. We choose this location because we're right next to the Eaton Center. Some of you might not have moved out of the hotel, but there are a bunch of malls next door. You might need to pick something for your kids and stuff like that. Yeah, just tell us.
All right. So the Center Highlands is very close by the city, but in the Lakeshore area. So when you go south from where we are, take the Young Street all the way. Young Street actually ends at the Lakeshore itself. So while there, you go to the waterfront. So there are docking areas all over the waterfront, and you can take any taxi, the water taxis. They're all over that area, down at the lake itself. Then there are ferries. There are like a public transport ferry that takes people across, and it's about $12 or $10 or $10 to $15 that takes you to the other side, but you get a ticket that brings you back as well. So it's quite easy. So while on the other end, I do not know what arrangements are on the other end. If someone wants to see all the parks, there are amusement parks that are all also on the other end, but you must make sure that you keep the time for the ferry, because if you came by the ferry, you need to come back by the ferry. If you came by the taxi, there are also taxis, the water taxis that are on the other end that you can always board and come back. Thank you.
Yeah, that's basically my housekeeping for now. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is officially over, but feel free to interact with some of the people that Ambassador wanted us to have a group picture. I don't know what Mark can do to that and where and how we can set that up. But thank you so much for coming. Janet, did you want to say something to the people? Yeah, please come. And then, yeah, we'll wrap up. But we're officially done, and thank you so much for having been able to make time.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation to come. Everybody that flew in from abroad. We love Canada. This is our 8th time here, and we love your smiles. We love the support, and that's all I'll say. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So this meeting is adjourned. Photo op. Let's do this and let's get it done. Is that okay? Yeah. I don't know whether Bettina is still here, but some housekeeping. Oh, just a
How many of you want to make a lot of money this year? By show of hands. Okay, let me repeat. How many of you are here to make a lot of money this year? Okay, did you know that that question invites you to think deeper? If it's in your business or at your workplace, did you know that the level of thinking you bring to it supports your decision, your innovation, and interest in taking action in order to realize your goals? Hello, my name is Henry Luyombia. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer at New African Canadians. It's a local nonprofit supporting people who are new to the country to access mental health, integration, and settlement support. Between 2021 to 2023, I was the Deputy Speaker for the Uganda North American Association, UNA, where I did my part to represent Canada within the UNA family. I'm so delighted to speak to you at this breakfast, that the Uganda Canada Business Breakfast 2025, on a topic that is dear to my heart: mental health and business. You and I will agree that these two are intertwined. They work alongside each other. You can't talk about business without mental health. And here is why. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling lonely, there is no way you can get people together as a team to network, to decide the goals for the year, for the quarter, and the like. And so, why this convention is very important is because the breakfast is uniting us to not only talk about profits, but also to talk about people. People are the ones that make businesses thrive. We need to treat our workers with respect, but we also need to ask questions that surround how their inner being really is. So now, if you can ask yourself, when was the last time you asked your colleague at work, or your business partner, or your family members how they are really, really, really doing? Ask that question to yourself. And so, if we are to really engage the diaspora community, now is the point, now is the time to really think deeply why mental health matters in business, at workplaces, in communities, and in life. I'm inviting you in this room today, and those watching at home via BBS and other social media platforms, to consider investing in mental health as part of growing businesses and improving workplace culture. Here is why. If you have a team that is energized, empowered, and excited, this is going to present an opportunity for innovation. There's going to be critical dialogue, and productivity is going to soar. And this is going to bring profits, and you're able to expand and have a great impact on communities. To my friends in the diaspora, especially Ugandans living in Canada. The message is, what are you doing to support your mental health and that of your colleague next door? And this could be an opportunity for further discussion, whereby we can consider investing back home in Uganda. You may all have heard, east or west, home is best. When we come to Canada and other places in the diaspora, we come to get skills, knowledge, networks, and a different line of thinking. But guess what? Uganda is the best. And here is why. 3 things. Preparing for retirement. Number 2, connecting or reconnecting with our roots. And thirdly, a sustainable legacy. And so now, I'm asking you, are you taking this moment at the Uganda-Canada Business Breakfast and dinner later on and meet and greet to really dig deeper and find out what is it that I can do to contribute to the welfare and economy of Uganda? It's not about only sending money. It's about building together, building a Ugandan economy that is going to support us in those years. So I'm inviting us all to consider this opportunity at the Uganda-Canada Business Breakfast and get together and interfaith service this weekend to connect, to communicate, and very importantly, to take action when the cameras are over, when there is nothing glamorous, when the artists have all gone back, the dignitaries have all gone back, to consider what actions you can take in the next 24 hours, in the next 7 days, to now start thinking about investing back home in agriculture, in tourism, in ecosystems that support things around tech and other things. We can do this. We can build these platforms. So in conclusion, I want to thank the organizers of this event, the Uganda Diaspora Network, for getting us together 8 years. It's not easy. I want to thank the corporate sponsors. I thank all community partners, the government of Uganda, and yes, the province of Ontario and the city of Toronto, and those joining from across this great country, Canada, for what you've done to make this event possible. But I want to call upon you to start thinking a little bit differently. Invest in your mental health if you want better business. I'm inviting you also to consider joining us. Every August, we have the Global Mental Wellbeing and Substance Misuse Conference here on Prince Edward Island, PEI, Atlantic Canada. globalmws.org